I'm sure you'll be glad to know that the federal government has approved an airstrip for Canaan land.
Initially, the minister was even wrong in giving an approval for an airstrip.
Remember, Bishop OYEDEPO made this announcement.
I'm sure you'll be glad to know that the federal government has approved an airstrip for Canaan land. We are walking in the center of God's plan, so I won't need to fly an helicopter to the airport. I can go from here to wherever I'm going. Members with their planes will have where to land and park by being in the center of God's plan. I had pressure on my life, 87, for this ministry to move to America. People were pressing. I said, hold on a minute, let me ask the Lord. The Lord said, no. Oh, we need this ministry. No. A need is not equal to a calling. I'm not called to be there. I'm called to be here.
Now listen to all the House of Representatives.
And from here, the light is shining all over. Tonight, to be glad to know, 54 Chinese are here on ground to come and congratulate me and be blessed.
That the federal government, through the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace, Festus Keyamo, confirmed the approval of an airstrip for a religious-based organization in Ota, Ogun State. Recall that in September 2014, a prominent religious leader was linked with a private jet used to convey $9.3 million in cash to South Africa for purchase of arms. The private jet was seized by the South African authorities, which has two people, Nigerian and an Israeli, on board. Concerned that the current experience of security challenge that Nigeria is facing through illegal importation, proliferation of firearms and ammunition, importation of illicit hard drugs, coupled with the inability of our security agencies to pinpoint the source of supply of weapons to insurgents, kidnappers, and separatists that have massacred thousands of Nigerians across the country. Worried that granting airstrip to private individuals and organizations would aid illegal importation of firearms and hard drugs into the country, thus heightening insurgency, kidnapping, banditry, and other vices that are seriously affecting the socio-economic development of the country. The House resolves to, 1, call on the Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace to stop issuance of airstrip licenses to private individuals and organizations, and also withdraw approvals already granted to private individuals and organizations with a view to safeguarding national security. 2, urge the committees on aviation and legislative compliance to ensure compliance. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Please go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleagues. My name is Honorable Shino Ideji. I represent the people of Isai, Tesiwaju, Kajala, and the Wajua Federal Constituency. Observation is this. I believe initially the minister was even wrong in giving an approval for an airstrip. This is supposed to be the duty of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority. So we need to even look at it from that angle. The approval given by the minister is even defective and is not meant to be. Because the approval for airstrip, airport, is supposed to come from Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, who is domiciled with the power to do so. It's not domiciled at the ministry. It is after the approval of the NCAA that the minister can give such an approval. So even giving that kind of approval is an abuse of power. So I want this House to please see how we can actually look at all this. There's so many things going on in that industry right now that we really need to look into. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. While I accept your contribution, but we also need to be mindful that the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority is under the Ministry of Aviation. So by implication, I want to believe perhaps the minister has done the due diligence by accepting all the, collecting all the necessary approvals before he made the announcement. But however, since the resolution of this motion or the prayer is to urge the Committee on Aviation to investigate on this matter, I think they can also take note of that particular aspect. to ensure that in the first place, whether due process has been followed or not. So I think we can take a seconder to the motion, or have we done so? Honorable Namdi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Your Excellency, Honorable Namde Zechi is my name, and I represent Ndokwa, Okwani Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Delta State. I rise here this morning to second the motion ably moved by my dear former brother from PDP. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Aviation for further legislative action.
Okay, you've heard that. Actually, you heard what the House of Representative members, what they discussed about and their position as regarding to the airstrip that was being awarded to, what's it called, to Living Faith Church. Though Festus Keyamo have come out to defend that actions. But I want us to discuss some things as regarding to some of the points that these people raised. They actually raised some valid points. You see, if it's to be a country that is civilized, a modern country, actually a country that their security structure is a bit strong than that of Nigeria, approving a private airstrip, it's a welcome development. But the House of Representative member actually made a point that the moment I watched the video, I started seeing reasons to it as regarding to what this will cause in the future. Because looking at the fact that they are trying to award this to the Living Faith Church, and based on what has happened in the past, that a religious leader was actually caught in an act whereby he used his private jet to smuggle things in. Now, you look at it and you start wondering if such a thing like this is being approved. A lot of people will start asking questions. Will it not be malhandled for illegalities? Though we know that the church, because of their integrity in trying to do what is right, they always want to put their head and make sure that things are going right within that environment. Though even though Festus Keyamo says it's still going to be managed by the government, but it's just going to be inside the Winners Chapel. Looking at the benefit it will have on the economy, it's going to have a great benefit to the economy. Why not? They should approve it. But I won't like us to just close our eyes to some of the things that were mentioned by the House of Rep. If we can actually put those things in check, well, they can approve it. And as well, we should be preparing for subsequent religious sects that will come out as well to say they need an approval of such. Because, in this country, Nigeria, it's all about competition from different religious sects. I hope other religious sects will not start thinking of, oh, they need an airstrip as well that is just going to be for their own religion, because such will actually bring about competitions. But if there's a way the government can actually curb it, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It is good. Just like what Mr. Skayama said, that approving such is going to enhance agricultural development within the environment, and as well that is going to serve as an emergency landing in case there's an issue anywhere in any of the airports around. So such a place can be used for an emergency landing. So he actually gave his point. But I want them to actually take the security aspect very serious. Yes, we should take it very serious since we don't really have the capability at the moment as a country to checkmate some of these things. You see that when you are entering into a barrack, or probably a government official is coming into an environment, nobody checks their vehicle. You know why? Because they feel that they are government officials, they don't need to be checked. And so I hope something of such will not be happening in Living Faith, whereby they'll believe that yes, this is a church environment, and the rest, this set of seniors of pastors are coming from abroad. So they don't need to be checked, they don't need to be scrutinized as to know if there are some things that are harmful that they are carrying. Stuff like that. It happens in Nigeria, whereby we respect people and respect names. But then I believe that looking at the security threat and the names of the churches today are actually doing everything possible to ensure that nothing illegality is being attached to their name. So I believe if it's as regarding to that aspect, probably the church itself will do something that will actually curb that. But if the government already have a way to tackle some of these questions that is being raised by the House of Rep members and some other people around, some of these things, well, why not? It should be approved. But if there's no way to put all these things in check, I think they should actually think it twice. That's just my own take. But for Living Faith, having this airstrip actually is going to really cost for them, before it lands at the airport, start moving back. It's going to save a lot of cost for them and for the people that want to attend their program in the church. So I think that's the aspect that this pastor is actually looking at. But if some of these things that is being raised have not been checked, please let's not look at it that because this church is a religious setting, we should just approve it and just as a way of trying to, because we are all living in this nation together. So that's just my own take. But I know that Living Faith itself, before actually thinking of something of such, would have actually mapped out a great plan as to how they want to manage the facilities and as to how they want to put the security around the facility in check. So it shouldn't be something that we should be dilly-dallying. So what I just feel is that the House of Assembly should have just done is to actually do the investigation to see if the church is prepared for the security challenges that might want to arise and some other things that might want to arise as regarding to keeping and maintaining the airstrips. That's just it. So it shouldn't be something to start creating unnecessary argument about. So as for you that is listening to me, I don't know if you have something to say, but if you have some things to say, let's drop it down in the comment box. And as per your own position, if you think it's good and if you think it's wrong. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you.